Hi, my name is Everla Dare. When I was a little girl, and even a slightly older girl, my grandmother used to tell me the story about how the time she was driving back from visiting relatives and there was a traffic block. She got pulled over. And it turned out that that was where the authorities had set up to ambush Bonnie and Clyde. And so she didn't see it, but she was close enough to hear the gunfire and for them to tell her what had just happened.
What was your grandma's name?
Her name was Ethel Cox.
What, did she have any more to that story? Did she drive on through then?
She drove on through when they finally let them by, but she said they were, they'd kind of blocked it off and shoved them through. And she never told me a whole lot more about it other than that.
From living in this area, have you seen or heard any more? Is there a fascination with Bonnie and Clyde?
Oh yes, there's some place my uncle told me about, and I don't remember what town it is right now, but they have what they call Bonnie and Clyde Days. And it's a big flea market type thing, and they all gather, and I think it's close to the town where they were ambushed, but I don't know for sure, I'm sorry to say.
Wonder how that's a celebration of...
I guess, there's still kind of that, some people think that Robin Hood aspect to it, although we know better now, but I think they're still glamorous in some eyes, and the movie didn't hurt.
Okay, my name is Shelley Francis. I'm the director for the Dorcheat Historical Museum in Minden. We're the Webster Parish Museum. I only know a few things, directly related to my family about Bonnie and Clyde. The lady that was kidnapped and released by Bonnie and Clyde was actually my mother's home ec teacher in Ruston, Louisiana. Do not know her name. Then my husband's family, of course, grew up in Gibbsland, and the day of the shooting, their property was fairly close to where the shootout happened, and they could actually hear the gunshots through the woods there.
Hi, my name is Angela Wallace, and I'm from Arcadia in Minden, Louisiana. My grandparents grew up in Gibbsland, and they always told me that Bonnie and Clyde were good people that just hid out in the barns of Bienville Parish, and that they weren't really causing any trouble, that they were nice people.
Any other connection, or after their demise, what your grandparents might have said, or hiding out in the parish barn?
Yeah, in the barns of the parish. They were in different, they stayed in different places in Bienville Parish. So, I don't know really.
How young are you?
I'm fixing to be 40 years old.
My grandfather used to tell me stories about Bonnie and Clyde because I grew up in Gibbsland. They came through Gibbsland actually, and actually the place where they were shot at is not too far from where I grew up. My grandfather was actually at school whenever they brought the bodies after Bonnie and Clyde were killed. He got to actually see the bodies, so he used to tell me stories about them bringing them in. So that was pretty spectacular.
Why did they bring them to a school?
I don't know why they did, but my grandfather would tell me all kinds of stories about Bonnie and Clyde, but why? I guess because they were bank robbers. They were the biggest things that had really happened, around in our area. So of course they were interested. People were interested in it. So I assume maybe that's why they brought them through there. Not sure. And like I said, that was just the biggest thing that had happened around in our area, that they were just known as bank robbers, and that was something you had not really heard of.